If you want to find out whether the CaliMove Level 4 program is the right choice for you, you clicked on the right video. I'm going to tell you how the program is designed, what it's like to train with their workouts, what I liked and disliked about it, my results, and whether it's the right program for you. Let's get into it. For reference, I'll give you a quick introduction about me. I'm Mike, I'm 23 years old, and I have 3 years of bodyweight training experience. I've always been an active person, and with my studies, I currently do around 10 hours of sports a week, though 2/3 of that are significantly easier than a calisthenics workout. I started this program in January and finished it in June, so it took me around 5 months to complete it. Now, let's jump into the program. When you go to the CaliMove page, log in, go to My Courses, and tap onto your program, you can add a shortcut to your home screen. So there is no dedicated app that goes with the program, and while using a shortcut is a little outdated, it works really well. On top, you can see some general explanations, like the aim of the program, how the framing system works, or how you should go about regeneration. At the end of that, you see your schedule. The program is partitioned into 4 phases, each lasting 4 to 5 weeks. In every phase, you will do 4 to 5 workouts per week. These then stay the same for the duration of the phase and get mixed up when you enter the next phase. Whenever you start a new phase, a handful of new exercises are introduced. For each one, there's an in-depth tutorial. And if you've seen CaliMove's YouTube videos, you know that their quality is top-notch. The program utilizes many science-based approaches to building muscle. This includes concepts like supercompensation, periodization, circuit training, progressive overload, different kinds of agonistic and antagonistic training, and many more. You usually work in the hypertrophic range, doing 6 to 12 repetitions of each exercise, always for 3 to 5 sets. The workouts usually took me an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to complete. Equipment-wise, you will need a pair of rings for exercises like ring dips or archer body rows, and I highly recommend a yoga mat to cushion your wrists for exercises like handstands or archer push-ups. A bag of chalk is also very helpful since you will need a massive amount of grip strength. Because this is a calisthenics program, you will obviously need access to a high bar for exercises like pull-ups and some parallel bars for exercises like L-sits. But that's nothing you wouldn't find in your local calisthenics park or even children's playground. Now, what's the difference between the Level 3 and the Level 4 program? Level 3 is mostly bodyweight training. So if you are a somewhat fit person, maybe you've trained in the past and you're still somewhat muscular, you can start with Level 3. Yes, it's going to be very challenging, but it's certainly possible. Not so much with Level 4, that's not just bodyweight training. Level 4 is proper freaking calisthenics. In the entire program, you won't even do one regular push-up. Instead, you'll do things like handstand push-ups, planche presses, or ring dips with turnout. In case you've never tried ladder 1, if you're able to do around 20 dips on parallel bars, you will struggle to get 5 ring dips with turnout. So if you're not sure whether you should get the Level 3 or the Level 4 program, I recommend starting with Level 3, because if you're not used to training 4 to 5 times a week at this intensity, it will screw you. You will strain your joints, inflame your tendons, fall short on regeneration, be fatigued all the time, and lose your motivation. In short, it's a very tough program. So what did I like about it? First of all, the handstand training. Handstands are such an impressive skill, and unlike most other calisthenic skills, they don't require a ton of strength to hold. In the Level 4 program, you practice handstands in about 2 out of 3 workouts. If you can already hold a straight handstand, you can use this time to work on figures like tucks, splits, leans, or one-handed handstands. Which leads me to the second thing I like, skill training. Unlike Level 3, Level 4 has a strong emphasis on skill training. You do a lot of skin the cat holds, front lever raises, back levers, or planche presses. So the program is great to build the necessary strength to hold many calisthenic skills. The way they do that is the third thing I like about the program, individualized difficulty. Many gym people don't want to try calisthenics because they claim that they cannot increment the difficulty in small enough steps. Let's say they train their latissimus dorsi by doing lat pull-downs and they add 1 pound of weight every other week. With their frames and progressions, CaliMove shows you how you can increase the intensity for an archer body row equally. You could start almost upright and continually go lower and lower until you are parallel to the ground. They show you how you can apply this principle to every bodyweight exercise. And in case you still find the jump from one variation to another too big, you just do 2 or 3 reps more of the easier variation or 2 or 3 reps less of the harder variation. No big deal. The last pro I have are their test weeks at the beginning of every phase, where you only do 1 set of each exercise of the upcoming workouts. These test weeks help you to find the right progression for every new exercise, they make sure you get the technique right, and they serve as a deload week. With a frequency of every 5 weeks, they are optimally implemented in a highly taxing workout program. There are also 2 things I didn't like about the program. Number 1, there's no integrated timer. And for some workouts, you'll do an exercise for 15 to 20 seconds, then rest for 3 minutes, afterwards take a break of 4 minutes between exercises, and then set your timer for 2 minutes between sets. So you have to keep switching from the program to your stopwatch and keep changing the times there. So the missing timer is nothing major, but a little inconvenience I wanted to point out. The second disadvantage is much more substantial. There are no dedicated warm-ups for each workout. CaliMove gives you 2 10-minute general full body warm-ups. But let's be honest with ourselves, no one is going to do that. Correct me down in the comments below if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, there's no point in doing things like that when you have an upper body workout. But you have to warm up, trust me. I didn't warm up for half the program and I ended up overstraining my elbow joint, which forced me to take a month off training to let it recover. A better approach from CaliMove could have been to comprise 4 to 6 quick exercises specifically targeted towards the workout you're doing. So I'd love to see them adding that retroactively. Now, what are the results I got? Several people asked me whether I do gymnastics. I'd seem to have a very gymnastics type of body. I don't, and I didn't always look like that. You may not see a huge change from these pictures, but a year ago, when I extended my arm, there wasn't much going on. Now, there's a real serratus anterior and latissimus dorsi visible. In fact, almost all areas I measured increased in circumference in the past 5 months. And I'm able to do 1 or 2 more reps or keep a slightly longer hold time for pretty much all exercises. So what are my recommendations? This program is for intermediate to advanced athletes who are looking for a 4 to 6 month plan. You decide whether you make it incredibly challenging or somewhat demanding. It has a good amount of variety, incorporates a lot of skill training, and builds upon your foundation in calisthenics. If you decide to buy the program, let me give you one piece of advice. Follow their frames and intensity indications meticulously. The frequency and intensity are very high, so the workouts are taxing for your muscles, your nervous system, your joints, and tendons. Don't risk injuring yourself. If your max pull-ups are 10 and the intensity indication says 6 out of 10, do 6 reps and rest. No one can go 100% all the time. Now, many people ask me whether CaliMove's or Sea Monster's programs are better. The review for the latter one is up there. My answer is, it really doesn't matter. They are both very elaborate training programs designed to build muscle, get stronger, and unlock skills with calisthenics training, designed by people who have a ton of experience in their field. It'll probably come down to personal preference. The important thing is that you get up, go outside and start training. That's already 80%. With consistent sleep, good nutrition, and mindful stress management, you're at 95%. So don't obsess over the details. Just lock in that habit of showing up consistently and you will see positive change in many areas of your life. And I'm not just prattling here. There are dozens of scientific studies proving that working out will not only make you look more attractive, but you will strengthen your self-confidence, increase your focus, learn to better cope with emotions. It makes you feel good, makes you feel proud of yourself, and it'll show you that anything is possible. So what are you waiting for? I'll see you in the park.